It's the daily, daily, the daily, the daily. Daily Go Get Him Ism Show.
Since it appears you're
You think
calling
it
back
ain't
into a
when it
live show,
is.
we are reconnecting
You
you
think it
now.
won't when it whiz. We are here. We are in motion. We do this thing, fast lane, no coasting, and everything is going to be all right. We do this thing on the Friday night. Yes, we do. Yes, that's how it's going down. It's the Daily Go Getimism Show. I'm your host on 752. That's right. Yes. It's the daily, daily go getimism show. All right, and tonight we're talking about above average intelligence in question. Above average intelligence in question. Yes. Yes. So we're gonna talk about a little bit of smarts tonight and what it takes to make it. What it takes to make it out here, even when your peers don't believe in what you're doing, and they always telling you that they dare you to be great and be better than that. Motherfucker don't really want to see you get better at what you do. They want to see you average too, and I want to word. So tonight we're talking about above average intelligence in question. Above average intelligence. You know, they say all you need is common sense. Just common sense. Well, what I kind of want to ask about tonight is, where has common sense gotten any of us? Since we oversimplified what it takes to make it out here, or what it takes to make an impact out here, well, let's take a look at it. Let's ask ourselves, is the intelligence that we have average, or above average, or below average? And who decides what the meter is or what the measuring stick is? But it's the daily go get up ism show. You think it ain't when it is? You think it won't when it is? We are here and we are in motion. We do this thing, taking off fast lane, no coasting, and everything is gonna be all right. We do this thing on a Friday night. I won't bite, act like somebody else. I go for self, and I'ma make sure that my intelligence gets me some wealth, at least a couple of dollars in my pocket. And I make sure that I stand in front of this camera and microphone and rock it. And I know that I have the skills to pay the bills and make sure I write out the wills so my peoples can get paid after I'm laid out for the last time. The eyes closed and I'm not blind. Let's go, y'all. Urban Therapy with Sun 752. This your daily, the daily go getimism show. We do this every single day, every day it rains, every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. We break it down, baby. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. Every day it rains. And the DG will do the same. I'm your host, Sun 752. AKA Omar with the, and if you can't say Omar with the, well, then you just say Omar with the R. This is the Daily Go Getimism Show, all up in your area. I'm feeling like a real man should, and I hope y'all feeling like real men and women should also. Tonight on the Daily Go Getimism Show on this Friday night, Flashback Friday. Thank God it's Friday. We are talking about above average intelligence in question. Man, we be talking about common sense. We be talking about not common sense the rapper, not common sense. Whenever one of us messes up, whenever one of us tries to go over the top, whenever one of us tries to get far ahead, whenever one of us tries to bust a move, people tell us all the time, all you need is common sense. Just use your common sense. Whenever we make a mistake, people be like, just use your common sense. But what is it? What is common sense? And how often is it used? And where does it get us? You know, when we start looking at ourselves, do we consider ourselves to just have common sense, or use common sense? Do we try to move and use our intelligence above average, above other people? Not saying that you try to be smarter than anybody else, but I ain't gonna front. I think that's trying to be smarter than somebody else is a lot better than trying to be dumber than somebody else.
How do you feel when somebody cheats you? How do you feel when somebody steals from you? How do you feel when somebody gets over on you? You don't feel like, you know what, I should have just used my common sense. More than likely, you start thinking to yourself, damn, I should have used the great gifts that God gave me. But instead, I said, but instead, I let my somebody that was untrustworthy. I let somebody who wasn't even all that smart calculate me, gas me up, fool me, take me under. How was your common sense at that time? Was that a good time for above average intelligence, or was it a good time for just average intelligence or common sense? You know, you know, intelligence is a tough thing to measure. We honestly, more times than not, measure somebody's intelligence by what we think they should do, say, or ways that we think that they should act. It's very personal. So a lot of times, if we don't think smart, it's because of what we have been taught what smart is, and we kind of measure it against what we think we would do in certain situations. And then when we find out that somebody has some kind of gifts, when they're able to think in certain types of ways, or whenever they're able to do certain things that we didn't picture them being able to do, it changes things. It changes things. And we start thinking like, oh, such and such does have it on the ball. I'm going to give some examples. I'm going to give some examples tonight, and I want y'all to let me know what y'all think. For decades, people didn't think that Mike Tyson was very smart. How'd that turn out? People thought that he had below average intelligence. How you feel about it these days? Nowadays, everybody is talking about Mike Tyson like he's some sort of genius. People talk about Mike Tyson like he's Stephen Hawking. I don't think Mike Tyson is ever stupid. Just because somebody talks with a lisp doesn't make them stupid. And a lot of times we'll judge people like that. We'll judge them on that criteria. Oh, they talk with a lisp, so they must not be that smart. It's a fucking speech impediment. It's not a brain. It's not a brain or intelligence impediment. It just means that the way something between your lip, tooth, and tongue doesn't come out the way that other people, it doesn't come out the normal way. So because I say my S words as if I'm saying TH words, it doesn't mean that I'm stupid. It doesn't mean that I don't know anything. But because Mike Tyson spoke with a lisp and probably didn't have a high school education, people thought that he was stupid. But guess what? Sugar Ray Leonard didn't have a high school education either, but nobody thought he was stupid. Was it because he didn't talk with a fucking lisp? And don't tell me I'm not telling the truth, because it's true. Sugar. Most boxers, Muhammad Ali, same thing. Muhammad Ali, he told the world until he got with the Nation of Islam, he couldn't do anything in school. He couldn't concentrate. He said that Allah allowed him his brain to start working, but nobody ever questioned whether Muhammad Ali was intelligent or not, because he ran his mouth a lot. If you question him with test questions, he wasn't going to do very well, but he controlled the narrative. So people thought that he was smart, and he was smart. He was super intelligent. But I bet you if Muhammad Ali had spoken with a lisp, people's reactions and his appeal would have been a lot different. See, because Muhammad Ali didn't have the knockout power that a Sonny Liston had, or a George Foreman had, or Joe Frazier had, or Ken Norton, or any of those really power hitting guys, because he didn't really have that in his repertoire. He was more of a boxer than a brawler. He used his mouthpiece and his intelligence to even the score, and it worked. He was a masterful boxer. Above average intelligence. But he used a lot of common sense when you think about it. Now, like going back to Mike Tyson. Mike Tyson was forced into that common sense bag. You know, his aggression, even his people who are physically aggressive aren't very smart. Going all back to 1986 to 2002. And in 1986, 87, 88, 89, 90, 90, when by the time he was in jail and came out of jail and all that kind of stuff, people thought he was an idiot. And they didn't have any problem saying so. Don't act like you never did it, because I know that some of y'all did it. I can honestly say I never thought he was an idiot. I didn't know him, but I didn't think he was stupid. I'm one of those people who appreciates people's physical talents. I don't think that you can be superior physical strength or agility or ability without having mental intelligence. Because the mind has to do the figure out your opponent's moves and strategies. That ain't just if he was just punching and beating on somebody, he ain't gonna get very far. He ain't gonna get very far. So, underestimating a person's intelligence, above average intelligence, below average intelligence. What we got? So we go back to Mike Tyson. And because, evidently Mike Tyson learned something over his 40-year career. He'd been places. He talked to people, but his brain was always working. So his time to shine came later on. You hear him explain in his words the things that he had been through. And it totally goes against what the media said about him, what they portrayed about him, when he got a chance to tell his own story. You see how different it was? You see how you were forced to change your opinion of him? He still had all of the pitfalls and the shortcomings that he had before he was in jail. He still questionably committed a sexual. Perhaps he was a little. His marriage to Robin Givens. Maybe Robin Givens and her mom tried to play him a little bit. Huh? Then many people let him like just some brute. Like this motherfucker was King Kong or something. And she was Jane. He had Jane in his hand. Above average intelligence, below average intelligence. What we got? Night is I can't believe Dunlap is in the house. Wow, she about to turn it out. And Shirley Cheryl, the world's most precious, the greatest pearl in the world. It's always great to see you here. Thanks for coming through, girl. What up, y'all? So we talking about above intelligence in question. Above average intelligence in question. So we got Mike Tyson, we got Muhammad Ali. I got one for y'all. Donald John Trump. Polarizing figures. Donald J. Trump, Donald John Trump. What do you think? For many people, he's a genius. And I can see why they would say that. To other people, he's an idiot. And I can see why they would say that. I don't know if either of them are right or wrong. But I tell you one thing. Both of them are a little right. And both of them are a little wrong. So, but you look at what he's been able to achieve. Now you can say, well, he didn't really achieve anything. He was given everything from the beginning. His dad gave him everything. He gave him that big jump start and gave him all that money. And anybody could have accomplished what he accomplished with that money. No, everybody couldn't have. No. It ain't how you start, it's how you finish. Because given the chance, each and every one of you would probably do the same thing with or for your children. If you had the access that I don't know Donald Trump's father's name, but if you had the type of money that he had and the opportunity to be able to continue that legacy by giving that to your children, along with the business acumen or the strategies, the business strategies that you had, if you were able to give those to your children, you would jump at the chance to do it. You know you would. I know I would. But would it turn out for your children the way it turned out for Donald Trump? You know, Donald Trump went to Fordham University, transferred from Fordham University to University of Penn, graduated from Wharton Business School. Now we know that over the years, we know that in certain Ivy League schools, all of them, there has been a pay-to-play type of thing. And we can get you in. We can guarantee you that we're going to graduate, but we got ways to get you in here. You're supposed to have these super great grades in order to get in here, but we could work out a little something. But they're going to have to bust their ass when they get here because the competition is fierce. We don't want nobody coming in here watering down our brand. So he graduated from Wharton. Now, just like any other school, you can pass with a C. You know, there's no once you get into those Ivy League schools, what you do to graduate is fulfill those rights. So, there are many people who think that Trump is an idiot. There are many people who think that he's a genius. Many people will say, you know, people are very, very impressed by people who make a lot of money. For most people out here in this capitalist system, you're not going to find too many people that have millions or billions of dollars and people are going to say they are the dumbest person I ever met. Nope. People think that you're a genius when you make a lot of money. Can't talk them out of it. And I know that was a big part of Donald Trump's appeal to people. It still is. You know, you add in a little charisma and he was able to talk shit because people love, if you got money and you talk shit, oh my God, they're going to fall in love with you. His supporters were talking more shit than he did. But does he have above average intelligence or below average intelligence in comparison? Well, in your opinion, let me just put it that way. So yeah. So we got the whole above average intelligence or below average intelligence question going on. I got another name for you. Because, you know, Donald Trump, okay, if you think he has below average intelligence, you would have to ask yourself, well, I would ask anybody who says that he has below average intelligence, Well, how did he get the media figured out that way? Because the media normally kills people, but he found a way to manipulate the media and control the narrative of every single day. He did it with Twitter, and even after Twitter and without Twitter, without social media, he's still able to control news cycles, which in my opinion, all he wants to do. I think he just likes a mental wrangling. I think he gets a real hard dick over that. Like, look, I'm just playing with these motherfuckers. I don't give a shit. I don't think he ever wanted to be president. I don't think he ever gave a shit about being president when he was president. But he did like having that power. I think he's addicted to that. But in order to continue that and continue that hard on, he had to be able to play that mental game. And I think he does it pretty well. Now, he may not have my brand of intelligence because I don't like the man. But there are a lot of people I don't like. Does it mean that they aren't good at what they're good at? I don't think so. People may think that I'm very smart. Some people think that I'm an idiot. Maybe some of them are right from their perspective. Maybe some of them are wrong from their perspective. But success speaks its own language and it defends itself in its own ways. We even say that, the best, what do we say? The best revenge is success. Well, here's your chance to hate on success when it comes to Donald Trump. I got another name. I have another name. George W. Bush. George W. Bush. For 8 years, I heard people call George W. Bush an idiot. Honestly, you would have thought George Bush was the dumbest person ever elected to the office of the United States presidency. Some people may still feel that way. And I used to tell people, I think you should be careful about who you call stupid. And they used to be like, man, I don't know what you talking about. This cat this and this cat that and that. So George W. Bush, he used to say questionable things on TV and had people really scratching their head like, how did this guy become president? But he did become president. And people say, well, he wasn't smart. The people around him were smart. And I would say, well, in order to get people around you who are smarter than you, first of all, that's a good leadership strategy. Surround yourself with people who are smarter than you. As far as I'm concerned, if you surround yourself with people who are smarter than you, that makes you as smart as them. Because to be able to corral people and get them to act as a team for a common goal is what every smart, effective will do. Yeah, we didn't like the decisions that he made. Some of us didn't. The whole 9/11 thing, depending on how you feel about that or how much you know about that. The whole war in Iraq, war in Afghanistan thing, depending on how you feel about that. There was definitely a strategy to the war in Iraq and the war in Afghanistan. See, politics is one of those things. A lot of times when we don't understand the reason for the politics, we question the politics validity. Yeah, we do that kind of stuff. So, was George W. Bush, did he have above average intelligence or below average intelligence? Lawrence Sakel, my dude. What's going on, my man? And also Carol Chamberlain, me friend, me favorita. Always glad to have my eyes on you and glad to see you. So what we talking about, y'all? What are we talking about? Above average intelligence in question. George W. Bush was said by many to have below average intelligence. This man owned a baseball team, the Texas Rangers. He owned that team. He was able to get elected governor of Texas and able to complete 2 terms as president of the United States. And we say that he's a complete idiot. So we voted this idiot in twice. Well, multiple times if you include his governorship. Make sure y'all hit that like button. Make sure that y'all share the show. Make sure that y'all subscribe to the channel if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet. This is the Daily Go Get a Business Show, y'all. What up? What's good? We're talking about above average intelligence in question. All we need is common sense. All we need is common sense. Well, that's what we say. I don't know what common sense is. I know what good sense is, but I don't know how common it is. You know? I don't know. But we press on. So, where has our above average intelligence gotten us? And that's not to say or throw a little dig jab anybody's intelligence. Because I'm not comparing us to any presidents of the United States or whatever. But there are times every day and all day that we are forced to pit our wits up against somebody else to get the things that we need. Even if all we need are lower prices, a way to do something, access, resources. So, if you're one of those people who runs around talking about how smart you are, okay, what has it gotten you? Since you have above average intelligence, what's it doing for you? And if you consider yourself to be below average or regular average intelligence, prove it. Show me where you do nothing better than somebody else. Show me where you are as regular as anybody that you know. Because it's not that easy to be regular. You're just an extra regular nigga. It ain't easy being regular as people say it is. But you can tell me. You tell me. Above average intelligence in question is common sense. Common sense. Common sense. How many of y'all watch the ID channel or some kind of crime channel where y'all see people rob banks or commit murders, and even though you ain't supposed to cheer or want the bad guy to get away, when you hear the things that he or she did leading up to the murder and trying to cover it up or whatever, or leading up to the crime and trying to cover up the crime, I know you be thinking like, yo, why would you do that? Common sense should have told you to do this. Above average intelligence in question. When you're in a what do I want to say? when you're in a stressful situation, and when you are in what's the word I'm looking for? When you're under duress, there's no common sense. You're concentrating on your fight or flight syndrome. I got to get up out of here. I got to get away. I got to get away. I got to fly away. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I want to get away. I want to fly away. So we don't know what we would have done in those situations, but what we do know is what we've done in similar situations where we may have made a mistake, messed up, did something bad, and we had to get away. We had to get on the body here. We had to take flight. Was our intelligence in question? Maybe. Maybe not. Could be. Not exactly. Let's take another name. Ow. Hey. Okay, so I get it. So every time I sing now, here you come a running, right? Okay. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Always and forever. Each moment with you is just like a dream to me that always came. No, that somehow came true. This shit is actually working. This is genius on my behalf. And I know tomorrow will still be the same. 'Cause we got a life of love that will never change. And come on, y'all. Every day, love me your own special. Like, do it again, nigga. Melt all my heart away with a smile. Barack Hussein Obama. If we're going to talk about above average intelligence. Now, there are people who tried to say that Barack Obama was that he was dumb. Nobody wasn't trying to hear that shit. Yeah, I mean, I think in the back of everybody's mind, you might say, all right, yes, he's smart as hell. Harvard Law, Columbia undergrad. Yes, yeah, no way around it. He's smart. Book smart. Doesn't mean he always makes the best decision. Doesn't mean that he's the best man for the job. Doesn't mean that he does things better than anybody else or everybody else. But he played basketball too. Basketball players ain't supposed to be smart, right? Right? You know, on average,
90 seconds.
Basketball players rarely graduate college. They go to college, but they rarely graduate. Nowadays, back in the day, they make it into the NBA wasn't always slam dunk, pun intended. But you look at the most popular basketball player of all time, arguably, and that would be Michael Jordan. You ever notice you never hear anybody running around here talking about how dumb Michael Jordan is? He's a terrible actor. He didn't seem smart enough to be able to add any type of emotion into those lines that he read in Space Jam. He's probably the worst actor I've seen. in sports. He was terrible. I mean, terrible. I'm like, y'all couldn't make y'all actually kept those scenes. Y'all couldn't make Mike do no better than that. Nothing but net. Remember on those commercials with him and Larry Bird? Nothing but net. Nothing but net. It seems so mechanical. I used to be thinking like, nothing but net. TK Wright says, I'm harmonizing with you. That's what's up. So was the cat. I don't know if y'all heard him. He was singing on the low. She don't like to, let everybody hear her. But anyway, yeah. I think that Michael Jordan used to flub his lines, but nobody ever talked about how dumb he was. But he's a basketball player. Nobody expects. Shoot, when you make Donald Trump mad and you a sports celebrity, what was one of the first things he would say? You're just a basketball player. Don't be trying to speak above your, like he would let he's like, who are you to be trying to, get out of your basketball or sports playing lane? Don't nobody want to hear what you got to say. They want to see you put a ball in the basket or run a touchdown or, score a goal. Above average intelligence in question. People who get in trouble a lot. Genius or idiot. Tupac Shakur. Most people will tell you that Tupac was a genius. He was had above average intelligence. Couldn't stay out of trouble though. Couldn't stay out of trouble. Caused his own death. I mean, people don't like when I talk bad about Tupac, but it is what it is. He did. He caused his own death. Biggie got shot for nothing. He did. He got shot for nothing. Victim straight setup. But Tupac went to a boxing match, saw somebody who he suspected took one of his friend's chain at an earlier incident, not that day, weeks before. Went and punched the dude in the face. And the dude came back and shot him. Everybody said Tupac. You know what a lot of people don't understand? Tupac would have been in so much trouble had he lived that it almost adds to the narrative that he's still alive, that maybe he got rid of himself. All that East Coast versus West Coast shit. He was out on parole. So him being caught fighting on camera, he was going to be violated and sent back to Rikers Island in New York, back home. How would that have worked out? Well, anyway, but people considered Tupac to be a genius. Well, did he always show that? Not for my money. I say no. They say that Biggie was pretty smart too. Never graduated high school. Sold drugs. He wrote rhymes. But that's just saying, we can talk about a whole lot of celebrities and whether we think that they're smart, whether we think that they're mentally gifted, or if they suffer from some type of learning disability mental difference. I go back to Mike Tyson. 1991. You know what? Idiot. Oh no. Highly intelligent. What did he do? What did he do between then and now? He didn't do anything. All he did was kept living his life. You're the one who made the change. Because we're the one who's number one. I know this stream has been messing up. And I really wonder why. I don't know what's going on. I had actually reset my modem and all of that. So if I go to speed test, hold on, let me go to speed test real quick. If I do a speed test, let's see what we get. Speedtest.net. See what these numbers looking like. That is low, especially for a wired connection. What the hell? Now, in the grand scheme of things, I got to give them a call because I pay for 800 megs per second, and it shows that I'm only getting 113. That damn Xfinity, but they say you got to do 3 of them. So let's do another one. Oh no, that ain't And this is a wired connection? You got to be kidding me. This was only 104. Normally it would be in the 400s, 500, 600s. My upload is a little higher than usual. Do one more. Yeah, this is janky. But even with this, it should still be enough for what we're doing. Nonetheless, come on, we should be able to do that. 129. We should be able to do better than that. 129.68. Boo. I tell you. All right. Well, that lets me know what I gotta do. Because they shitting on me. We ain't having it. Okay. Let's go ahead and do these birthday shout outs. We have some birthday shout outs to do. Some people were born on this glorious August 19th, and they deserve to be acknowledged. So let's go about our business of acknowledging them and making them feel special because they are special, because they are special, because they are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They are S-P-E-C-I-A-L. They get the R-E-S-P-E-C-T. They get number one out the box, Letitia Glenn, turning 38 years old today. And also, Denise Hill Butler turning 56 years old today. And Dawn Smalley turning 46 years old today. And Nidra M. Dunlap Redding, happy birthday to you. And Doc Muffy Rand turning 40 years old today. And KK turning 41 years old today. And Rosaline Yema turning 34 years old today. And Yenny Castro turning 31 years old today, and T. Preston turning 45 years old today. Interesting. And Annie Lewin turning 36 years old today, and Takima Keem Preston. Happy birthday to you. And Shanice Allen, happy birthday to you. And Christina M. Wilkerson, happy birthday to you. And Andrasha Nash, turning 39 years old today. Happy birthday to you. Turned 43 years old today. And my girl all the way back to 1991. Yvette Rouse, raising money for Services Incorporated. And I'll tell you what, that Yvette, that is a fundraising. I talk about community involvement. She don't play. She's been doing this all the way since college, and she don't never stop. And also Sadie Hyde turning 42 years old today. And my man Greg Lynn, happy birthday to you. And last but not least, my big cuz Felicia Ward Roscoe, happy birthday to you. I want to say happy birthday to all and anyone out there who shares this birthday on this glorious August 19th, anywhere out there in the world, worldwide, internationally, and universally. All of y'all go ahead and turn up. But don't turn up too loud, just turn up loud enough so everybody can hear you. Rock out, rock on and do the damn, the rock out, rock on and do the damn, rock out, rock on and do the damn thing. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. You do your thing, y'all. Represent the queens and kings. Good things happen to those who wait. Great things happen to those who grind. And anything can happen to those who go for theirs. So go hard, go for yours. And remember, man, above intelligence, above average intelligence, below average intelligence, there isn't any real way to monitor anybody or measure anybody's intelligence other than your own experience and your own perception of what you think smart or dumb is supposed to be. So sometimes we call people who are smart dumb, and sometimes we call people who are dumb smart based on what we think that is. But one thing that we should always remember is that nobody has to live up to our hype. Nobody has to live up to the hype of our expectations. We probably don't live up to the hype or try to live up to the hype of anybody else's expectations ourselves, but we don't always think that other people should be afforded that liberty. But they have that liberty, and so do we, and it's gonna be okay. I want y'all to have yourselves a great day and night, and everything is gonna be all right tomorrow, and everything is gonna be good. All right, so Blog Talk, let me get you on up out of here. I said peace, peace.
Thank you for using Blog Talk Radio. Goodbye.
And for my YouTubers, you know just how we do, but thanks for coming on through. See you on the other side, my boobers. Peace.